Now, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has promised swift criminal sanctions against elements responsible for riots across the United Kingdom. Starmer chaired an emergency meeting on the riots that erupted after the murder of 3 children. Prime Minister Starmer met ministers and police chiefs to strategize on controlling the violence that began in Southport, northwest England, last Tuesday.
I had a COBRA meeting this morning, which was an opportunity that I took to thank the police for their work over the last few days, to express my support for the police officers who have been injured and the communities impacted by this mindless thuggery. I've been absolutely clear that the criminal law applies online as well as offline, and I'm assured that that's the approach that is being taken. Whatever the apparent motivation, this is not protest. It is pure violence, and we will not tolerate attacks on mosques or our Muslim communities. So the full force of the law will be visited on all those who are identified as having taken part in these activities.
The meeting comes after Starmer condemned an attack on a hotel housing asylum seekers in Rotterdam and promised those involved in unrest would face the full force of the law. A mob of over 100 masked demonstrators broke several windows of Rotterdam's Holiday Inn Express hotel and tried to set it ablaze. The hotel was being used as an accommodation for asylum seekers, and some demonstrators carried Union Jacks and England flags and chanted profanity at police officers and towards the hotel staffers.
There we go.
Earlier, skirmishes were also witnessed at far-right demonstrations in Middlesbrough, Bristol, Nottingham, as well as Belfast in Northern Ireland, among others. The riots were triggered by the fatal stabbing of 3 young girls in Southport last Tuesday. 5 more children were critically injured in a knife attack as they attended a Taylor Swift-themed dance class. Authorities said that the initial violence was partly caused by false rumours on social media about the background of the British-born 17-year-old suspect Axel Rudakubana, and they added that the social media fanned the subsequent violence. Agitators have targeted at least 2 mosques so far, and the government has extended new emergency security to Islamic places of worship. The rallies have been advertised on far-right social media channels under the banner "Enough is Enough." Participants have waved English and British flags while chanting slogans like "Stop the Boats," a reference to irregular migrants crossing the channel to Britain from France.
It makes me feel very upset that we're so intolerant as a nation. I don't think the people that are perpetrating these are representative of us, and yet that's how we now appear to the world, and that's very upsetting.
I think the protests are mainly focused on violence. They are not peaceful protests, so I wouldn't even call that protests. I would just call that maybe like devastation and vandalism, really, and people who want to have an excuse to fight.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.